Stumbling home, we don't know where we're going. Should've turned back hours ago. Out of our minds, I guess we're sleeping outside. You're still a good time, even in the cold.
Hello, welcome to Defender Adventure. We are Paul and Chrissie from the UK, and with our Land Rover Defender that we have called Stirling, we are travelling the world.
Guess we need a new plan. There's a motel a mile down the road.
Good evening and welcome to Ontario. I'm only just in Ontario, mind. I've crossed into Ontario earlier this afternoon, travelled through the little town of Kenora and then come to this campground here called Rushing River Provincial Park Campground. It was a couple of miles hike for me just to go and have, from the campsite here, to go and have a look at the Rushing River. I've just got back and I'm now going to cook myself a light bite, a recipe that's been passed down through our family for many generations. I think it originated from my great uncle Ronald MacDonald. It's basically a bit of beef that you put in a bit between some bread, and then if you're American or Canadian, you don't call it beef, you call it hamburger. Who knows? Anyway, I've got all my ingredients, very basic ingredients. I've got some beautiful bread. I had to buy a bulk pack, but the cheesy top soft bread. Lovely, can't beat it. So I've got bread, cheese slice, beef burger, bacon, onion. And just in case Chrissie ever watches this, salad to go with everything. Salad. Bacon's coming on nicely. I have just smashed my burger to make it a bit thinner and a bit bigger, but I think I slightly overdid it. It's now bigger than my roll. Never mind, just have a little bit hanging out. Who says that us men don't know how to survive? Oh, yet another Gordon Ramsay eat your heart out masterpiece. Now that was pretty delicious, even though I say so myself. And if you are watching this, Chrissie, you won't recognise this, but this is me washing up. I know it's probably the first time you've ever seen this, but I just wanted to say, when you do return, I'm handing the baton back over. Thank you very much. I think at the end of our last video, my last video, I had just got to the border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba at the town of Finflon, and you'll probably remember my good friend Stuart. Who can forget Stuart? I didn't really record anything at all in Manitoba. I think I saw a sunset that I took a little video of, but other than that, I pretty much kept on the move. The scenery wasn't overly exciting, and I passed through Manitoba in 2 or 3 nights, staying again mainly at provincial campgrounds. So, I mustn't keep saying so. Anyway, and if the scenery starts to improve, which I think it will hopefully, then I'll slow down and take a bit of video and try and capture the essence of the journey. As I say, the last couple of provinces, there hasn't been an awful lot to write home about. Well, things haven't turned out as planned. I'm about 20 minutes away from the campground that I was aiming for tonight, and I've sort of had a catastrophic failure. Something underneath the vehicle, suspension or transmission. It was a relatively innocuous little bumpy road, and all of a sudden, clunk, 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 clunk. Sounds like it's something to do with the rear end of the vehicle. I'm on hold at the moment. I've phoned our insurance company. We have included in our insurance roadside assistance, and they're currently searching, I understand, for someone who can tow me, but also where they can tow me to. She did ask me where I wanted to be taken to, and I've had to say I don't know. I just somewhere that can repair the issue, whatever it is. Not knowing exactly what's wrong, it's very hard to say what type of place I need to go to. And I don't know what's around here. I don't know how far I'll have to go or what direction. I did have a man stop briefly, and he's given me a phone number of a company in Disraeli. Disraeli is about a 10-15 minute drive. It's the nearest small town to where I am. Hopefully they'll get in touch soon.
Unknown caller.
Right.
Okay, so here's where we're at. There's one repair facility, and it might be the one that you told me about earlier.
Okay.
But I've got their phone number, and unfortunately, we are unable to secure the service for you, so you would actually have to call them and set it up on your own. And what you would do is you would just pay out of pocket, and you would submit for reimbursement.
Is their phone number 418-449-3900?
Absolutely. That is it.
All right.
Remirage LPR.
Okay, yeah, that's the name that other guy gave to me. All right.
You need to contact.
I'll speak. And do they speak English?
Okay. I think they speak French.
Yeah, okay. There's another problem.
Because the gentleman asked me if I spoke French.
All right. I will. Well, thank you for your help then, Jess. I will give them a ring now and see how I get on. Here we go. I could have spoken to these people about an hour ago. But you can bet your boots if I had done, my insurance company wouldn't have paid anything. Ah, bonjour, parlez-vous anglais? Oh,
T'entends, c'est 200 avec un Land Rover 2016.
Je ne comprends pas.
Est-ce que vous êtes je vais vous passer, je vais mettre sur main libre, puis mon garçon, il parle quelques mots anglais, ça pas long. Comme je dis, main libre, là.
I'm sorry. Je suis anglais.
Oui.
Je suis junction. The junction.
Yes.
216 avec 263.
Oui. OK, je comprends. Yes.
Your
vehicle is a Land Rover.
Yes.
Your name is Paul Ross.
Paul Harrow. Yes, you.
You are at the intersection junction 216 263.
Yes, oui, I am.
Good. I will go found you there.
Okay. How long will you be?
15 minutes. 15. Yes.
15 minutes. Okay. I see you soon.
Good.
Thank you very much for your help. Thank you. Oh, well, maybe some good news. Someone should be here in 15 minutes to tow me. I'm not sure quite still where we're going to end up or who will do the repair work, but one step at a time, I think. Well, I've been collected by a very nice man, and he's told me that there are 3 workshops in Disraeli, but he owns a camping site. So tonight I will hopefully stay at his camping site and then see about getting the car repaired in the morning. Hasn't turned out too bad after all, perhaps. Right, first things first. God, mosquitoes about. I'm going to have a beer. Get out. Oh. Oh, that's good. Right, well, good news and bad news. Bad news is I have a mechanical problem with the car. The good news is the gentleman that picked me up owns this campsite. He has a tow truck company and a campsite. So it was a perfect combination that he could pick me up and bring me to his campsite. He's given me a key to the building so I can go to the toilet, have a shower, and he's introduced me to his son Pablo. Talking of names, his name is Renji Carrier. Carrier. Oh, what a fantastic name for a man that does towing company. Carrier. Anyway, he's brought me here, and at 8 o'clock in the morning they're going to phone a garage in a place called Stornoway, apparently. It's about 30 kilometers from here. There are some workshop / garage repair shops here in Disraeli, but apparently they're not used to working on this vehicle or on European vehicles. Whereas this gentleman in Stornoway, whoever he may be, apparently has some experience of working on this sort of vehicle. So I think in the morning I'm going to get a lift over there. But I'm just about to get some dinner. I've got the choice of, well, basically what looks like the choice of 2 sick bags. This one has got some sausage concoction, and this one is some chili con carne concoction. There isn't enough sausage, so I think tonight I'm going to have that speciality dish, sausage a la chili con carne. warm it up and go to bed. Right, update. So the following morning, with a bit of internet and a Google search, I found that only 50 miles away there was a Land Rover repair specialist, and that is where I've been brought to. So I am now here in a small town called Lennoxville, near to Sherbrooke, and I am at the repair shop of a gentleman called Mike Wesson, who has a company called Britannica Restorations. And what was quite comforting for me was to turn up here and see a number of Land Rover Defenders and Land Rover vehicles here. Obviously they're here because Land Rovers keep breaking down and Mike is very busy. Now Mike, as it turns out, is from Gisborough in North Yorkshire. So while I have as much trouble understanding French around here, I've now got to try and understand a Yorkshire accent. You heard that. But Mike has very kindly taken me in, and he also has his own YouTube videos. So I am going to let Mike video the story of what is wrong with my car, what we've done to identify the problems with my car, and then what we are doing to put that right.
Right, action. Dan, we're under the car and Paul was complaining that there was a knocking coming from the car, and we can see here. Do you want to turn the wheel, Paul? So the bolts are loose on the flange. But the other thing we found out, whilst we're under here, it's got an oil leak. That's a surprise, isn't it?
Yes, for a Land Rover.
For a Land Rover, it's got an oil leak. However, if you can see under here, it isn't leaking from where it should leak. They usually leak from the front, up there, you know, the shaft. But this is leaking from the speed sensor, or at the nut up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that prop shaft off, pull the handbrake off, and see if we can fix that oil leak. I think we can. The front prop shaft's been off before because it's on backwards, or at least we think it's on backwards. But we can't get to grease it because the grease points are very difficult to get to. They've put them in different angles, haven't they? Somebody's
It's really bad design.
Yeah, no, it's Land Rover, isn't it? Yeah. But what we're going to do is just quickly pull the props off, have a look at them, grease them up, maybe put this backwards if it's the wrong way around. We're going to put new bolts in the back because probably they're damaged. But underneath it's pretty good, isn't it, Paul?
It looks, yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm pretty encouraged.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's oh, let's have a look at that light at the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because this is really necessary, won't it? Go around here. We need this, don't we? We need this. So, would you like to do the light? Would you like to rattle it? That's annoying.
I think it's just hanging on.
It's just like me. It's an aluminium light that shines on the.
Yeah,
there's a nut and bolt in it.
Not up there. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we can tighten that up. But I don't. What the hell is the point of that?
Well, it's just so we can.
What? Look at the fuel tank.
Yes. We like to check the fuel tank from time to time.
I do as well. That's one of my things.
Especially at night time.
I always do that. I make a point of it before I go to bed and check the fuel tank.
Yeah. Well, it's dark.
So eventually we got the handbrake drum off, which was extremely tight. Well, the bolts off here were tight, but we can see now where the source of our leak seems to be from the switch, and it seems to be the switch itself. Well, it wasn't the switch that was leaking. Oil was coming out of here, and this little seal that's supposed to be inside here, it just fell out. So fortunately we're going to put a new O-ring on there, which is it's flat as a fart. It doesn't do anything. And that seal, I've never seen one of them fall out. God, shonky Land Rover, eh? Fortunately, this piece came out. Do you know, of all the TDIs and Land Rovers I've done, I've never seen one leak out of there, ironically. Right then, what's it like now with new bolts in?
Pretty good.
It's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're always going to get a little bit of knock in them. but that's acceptable.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
At least it's all moving now.
Yeah, well that's it. It's
Not just one part.
No, that's right. That's a good job, isn't that? That's nice and fixed. So the next thing you're going to do your tyre rotation, eh?
Well, no.
Oh, you're going to put front prop on. Yeah, you've got that one up.
Yeah.
You might not need that.
I need two-wheel drive.
You just do it in two-wheel drive. You save a fortune in fuel. Yeah. Right, get on with it. You know how to do it now.
Right. Well,
You know which end to start with.
Well, first of all, which way round did you decide?
Well, I don't know. I wonder why they put it on at the slider at the front.
I wonder how I could find out.
Let's Google it. Less of this tittle tattle. We had a good day. We got things done. So we've had changed oil, changed filter, changed air filter, fuel filter.
Yeah.
Greased the props.
Yes, greased the back door, the wheel carrier.
Done that oil leak.
Yeah, on the transfer box.
Tightened up the prop shaft bolts. Well,
Yes.
we put new prop shaft bolts in.
Tightened up the wobbly light.
Oh, the wobbly light. So, Paul, we've had a great success, on this truck.
Yes.
Roaring success, but this engine lets it down. It's filthy. Nice truck, filthy engine. What should we do?
Well, you said you've got a steam cleaner,
I have.
so I'm all for giving it a steam.
And I've got a magic liquid. Wait a minute, don't laugh. We're going to put some Autoglim vinyl and rubber care, and this will shine like a toilet door at night. So we're going to have a look at what the results of the Autoglim. Wow, look at that. That's better, isn't it?
Like new, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so quick.
Yeah, I could have spent a bit more time on these hoses down here, but otherwise it's not too bad, is it?
No.
So we're here with Paul outside. We took the car for a test run yesterday thinking we'd fixed everything, and that noise is still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we don't know where it's coming from. How would you describe it?
I would describe it as a rubbing noise that is boom, 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 boom.
Like an oscillation.
Yeah, it sounds like something's rubbing against something else. Because the reason I say that is when you go faster, the noise gets
Picks up.
quicker.
Get it running, let the clutch out a little bit and spin the wheels. Now there is a little bit of a noise. That other wheel is turning like crazy. You want to put your foot against that wheel, Paul, to slow that one down, and then this one will pick up speed. That's not the noise, is it? That's just chatter in the axle.
There isn't, I don't know if that's a top shaft noise or there's a little rattle in the background, but that isn't the noise.
That isn't the noise. No, that's a typical Land Rover shitty noise. You get that free from Land Rover.
Yes.
Let that one off, Paul, and go and turn the steering wheel, and now we can check if it's CV. Now if it was a CV gone, it would be clicking. Okay, turn it the other way. It would be binding. It's quiet. That's good. Okay, straighten her up. It's really quite an annoying thing because you can hear it when it's on the road. It's like a low vibe oscillation, but we don't know what it is. I can't hear anything when it's driving. Now we'll get to the top of the hill in a minute. Bloody dusty. There's some gold on. Now we're going to turn round. And we're going to go in neutral down the hill, right? So we're in neutral transfer case, neutral and neutral gearbox. All right, now we're freewheeling. Can you hear it? loud and clear there. So, what we've established after our death-defying feet hanging out the back door and trying to film this differential, we've come to the conclusion that this diff has got to come out and we're going to have a look at it. Yeah. What we're going to do is take the wheels off, pull the shafts out, prop shaft off. Naturally we've got to drain the oil. I think what we'll do is I'll clean that oil bucket out there, that white one, and we'll see if there's any contaminants in it. Yeah. So he's busting to go, he's got the airline out, look at that, he's like at home already. Let's get on with that. Right, we're going to take the oil bung off. It's in reverse.
Reverse, yeah.
Good. Ooh, there's something wrong with that. I can tell straight away.
What, by the colour?
Yeah, it's shiny metallic. Look at it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's got a metallic hue to it. That should be nice and clear. Because there's no dirt should get into there, if you see what I mean.
No.
We've got all the bolts out. We're going to use our world famous dismantling tool, available in the shop. Buy two, get none free.
Does it come with a hammer?
It does. The use of the hammer is $500 a stroke.
The tool is free.
Yeah. I'll start. Oh yeah, that's it. Keep going. There she goes. There she goes. I'm going to have a bit of a. I'll tell you what. That stood at the top. I'll hammer it down and we'll put a thread onto it later. There you go, Paul. This is going to be heavy. Oh. Nearly there. Again, it's going to be heavy. I think you've got it.
Tell you what's heavy.
Is it? I should have told you. Right, let's take it and put it on the bench before we get too excited. Oh no, wait a minute. Bit of drama in the next episode.